changer. You have unrestricted access to golf across Australia and the world. Thanks to Golf Australia, we're going inside the ropes.
10 to 8, we do have a big announcement, and that Adam Scott audio still gives me goosebumps every single time. Mark Hayes joins us from Golf Australia. Good morning to you, Hazy.
G'day, Half. Yeah, got the hair on the back of the neck standing up there a bit, so that's great.
Nice little soundtrack under that too, just by the way. Hall of Fame. That's a nice song. It's the Sammy Hyland theme song, Hall of Fame. That's what it is. What is this special announcement, gentlemen? Talk me through what's going on here at RSN 927.
Well, from RSN 927's point of view, it gives me great pride, I think would be the best way to describe it, to announce that a golf show is returning to the station. It's been a long time, but we are not only putting a golf show on RSN 927 on a Sunday morning, we are also having a new partnership with Golf Australia. This is going to be a golf show with a difference, because we're going to get incredible access to golfers and golf stories around the country and around the world. And it is a true partnership with Golf Australia, and they've had faith in us, and we're very, very excited about what's possible moving forward.
Fantastic, Hazy. This is good news for golf. Good news, certainly good news for us, but good news for golf.
I hope it's good news for RSN, but it's definitely for us. And the one of the big conundrums for golf recently has been the lack of unity, and I think this will show that we're heading in the right direction, not only with Golf Australia, but also the states are coming on board with all this, and also, we'll have PGA expertise and everything intermittently, and it's going to be great. We're going to be one united front, and it's going to be perhaps the best way in Australia to get your golfing news, and definitely, as Whitey says, to get inside the ropes and learn some of the secrets that are going on, and hopefully we can bring it to the masses and give it a greater appeal.
So the program will be called Inside the Ropes. It'll be on the radio 6 till 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning. But even probably more importantly, it is going to be podcast. So that can be accessed through our website at RSN, but also through Golf Australia's website. So there'll be chats with leading players both here and overseas, but also there'll be grassroots golf. So you'll get things like pennant results, and you'll get access to...
We'll get Mum's Hole in One at the Dunes.
That's the sort of activity that we might...
Sevenwood, Hazy. Sevenwood, 17th at the Dunes.
That's fantastic.
Unbelievable.
When was that?
Last week. Wow.
Has she come down yet?
No, she's still high in the clouds. Never coming down.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
congratulations.
Those sort of stories from grassroots golfers?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we're starting to plan out a couple of the episodes as they come up, and not this week, but the week after will be a guy from Darwin Golf Club who's had a hole-in-one on a par 4 last weekend in club competition, that sort of stuff.
Nice.
So maybe if your mum can sneak one out a little bit further, we might grab her on. But, that sort of thing. And tomorrow we're going to have a guy called Marty Carmichael from the Castle Hill Golf Club in New South Wales. Shot a lazy 58, 14 under par on the weekend. So we are going to go try and get right to the top. We'll do our best to get to Jason Day and those guys, but we've also got to keep an eye on what's important locally, which is obviously important for RSN, and that starts this week with David Greenhill, the Irving Rosenwater Times every other golf nerd statistician who's ever been there. He's the man coming on with the Golf Victoria wrap of the pennant season that just concluded, and that'll be fantastic for all local golfers with an interest. And that's what we do. We're going to a bit of everything, and hopefully a bit of an inside look at the politics of the game as well occasionally. Not to be too boring, but there's often a bit of a nugget that can be found there, talking to the administrators that run the game. So.
Mark, do you think there's been a bit of a gap in golf and that ability to tell all those wonderful stories across the range?
Absolutely, Cheryl. For several reasons. One, the lack of coverage in mainstream media these days, and it's probably Golf Victoria is probably leading the way in taking the game to different corners and using different avenues to do that. Golf Australia is coming right on board, and we're doing the same thing. We've done Australian Open Radio. Half's been part of that the last couple of years. We've also seen the PGA Tour of Australasia take up PGA TV, and we have to fill in the void that mass media once had for golf. So if we're not telling our own stories, no one's going to know them. And I think that's the key factor that we're all taking into consideration here. And we're absolutely thrilled with RSN's contribution to golf in the last little while, especially since you guys have been going on the Breakfast Club. The stories, even this morning with Marcus Fraser, that's just fantastic, and it doesn't get told anywhere else. So, it's not a reward situation, but it's very much a happy partnership because you guys have obviously committed to the game, and that's what we love.
And one of the great things I think about the next generation of Australian golfers on the on the professional tours, is they've got some spunk and real personality. And I think if there is a negative in golf in the last 10 or 20 years, we haven't had a lot of personality, and if we haven't had access to it, and we haven't been able to know who these people are. And I think one of the great challenges in sport, regardless of how much it's got coverage in the mainstream media, is getting stories out there about the personalities that make up the best, who the best are. We don't see that in golf, or haven't seen that in golf.
Yeah, I wrote a story on the Golf Australia website yesterday, golf.org.au. I was sort of looking back at a bit of Lou Richards' life, and he's the one who brought football personalities to life, from the mid-'60s right through to when he hung up the microphone. He gave footballers a life outside the white line. So what we need to do is make golfers tell their stories, hopefully gain access as they get up through the ranks, and I hope we definitely have got those plans in place as this next wave comes through, because there's some real little chirpy little gems out there.
Good. But that's great for the game, isn't it? I reckon it's fantastic.
And that's no slight on the current PGA Tour players. It's just, as we said before, Sherelle, they've had their vehicle of communication to the world ripped away through the confines of yesteryear's media. So there's not as much newspaper coverage and things like that have gone downhill. So we need to get them out there.
But I actually think what's happening is there's been, and my husband plays a lot of golf. He's a member at La Trobe, as you know. And when I first met him, I used to go to that golf club and think, I've got nothing to wear. People used to look at me and as if to say, what are you doing here? And that was, that was 15 years ago or whatever it was. But I feel like there has been a fundamental shift to allow those personalities perhaps to flourish a bit more. I know at La Trobe, Breck's a member, so that means automatically my daughter, who's 18 months old, and my son, who's 4.5, they're members. They'll be full members while Breck is until they're 18.
Awesome.
So there's...
that's good.
That's a
good deal.
So there's a real... I feel like... I don't know if that club's different, but there seems to be just a real shift in the way golf is approaching, how they're allowing people to express themselves almost.
Yeah, I think that's a great observation. Look, that's really commendable from La Trobe, and there's other clubs that are doing similar things, just to make women more more safe and happy, and not as confronted by the staid nature of golf traditionally. Our Swing Fit programs are doing a great job with that. There's heaps of young kids coming through our My Golf programs, and what the clubs need to do is to pick up on some way of getting them in and giving them a bit of a cuddle and making them take them through the junior ranks that they want to play when they're 25 and 30, because clearly that's the problem with golf. It's got an ageing membership. So, not that we don't have any disrespect at all to the ageing members in inverted commas, but yeah, we need to be able to build up the membership base behind them, and if the clubs aren't doing that, then we've got a problem.
But that is the behavioural change or shift that needs to happen in golf, because I've got young kids, and one of them loves golf, and you want to be able to take them to the practice putting green, or take them down to the practice fairway at a golf club, or even take them out on a course and not feel under pressure that, what's this young kid doing here, ruining my experience on the golf course, because you want them playing young, so it becomes part of their nature.
And one of the things Golf Australia is doing, Whitey, is to try and look at all the facilities, not just golf clubs, traditional golf clubs, but driving ranges, putt courses, foot golf, speed golf, all these sort of things, and try to get as many different people into the game through different channels as possible. And then give them that collective hug again from the golf community and say, we want you as a member. You don't have to play 18 holes and be bored over 5.5 rounds. We want you to come along and have a whack with your kids. We want you to play 9-hole competitions. We want you to play cross-country formats. All the clubs are doing these different things now, and hopefully this is the path through the future.
Well, we're very excited about the partnership with Golf Australia here at RSN 927. Inside the Ropes is the name of the podcast, 6 or 7 Sunday mornings on the station, and of course on the website as well, the Golf Australia website, every week.
Every week, and Mark Hayes is part of the on-air team.
Which is great news.
And it'll be hosted by Andy Marr.
Oh, what? Well, that's outstanding. That's outstanding.
Andy Marr will be the main man for the golf show.
And I know we're running out of time, but just on the end of the first one, there's the Golf Victoria element. It's really strong on the RSN radio broadcast. So Golf Victoria is going to have a great look at some of the things domestically, and from the Pennant this week and ongoing things from GV2. So it's a good unison that we've got.
Yeah, and we want people to get involved in it as
Please.
well. So, email in stories, emailing, we want to go and road test golf clubs and things like that.
Yes, we do.
Oh,
we
okay.
wanna
Now
go
I
play
get
golf.
it.
We
Now I understand.
We
Here
so
go.
do, we so do,
Here we go.
Sherelle. We so want to road test these suckers.
Who's got the best golf course? We want to know.
We wanna
But we
know.
have to experience
There
the
it
golf
is.
course tonight.
Sell your course to us. We'll come and play. It
Who
won't,
knew?
won't be that hard to twist our arms. You've been paid the ultimate compliment off the SMS, Hazy. This guy, Harv, sounds like Dean Lester. He does
Really?
sound like a bit Dean. Yeah, he's legendary around here.
Yeah, I
They're
know.
racing at Ballarat today. Have you got a tip for us?
I'm sticking with Sammy Hyland from what I heard before.
Yes, that's right. Smart play by you. Smart play by you with Golf Australia as well, getting involved with us here inside the rope, 6 till 7 Sunday mornings. A brand new golf show on the program on the station, and we cannot wait. You can check your local guides for more details on the website